Hello, I'm Script11, and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be talking about how people are just, I don't know, this is more of a video about the difference between, hate speech and someone accidentally doing something, or like a joke maybe. This is sort of a follow-up to the Smash Bros. Thing, I guess, in a sense. But this one is more just for me to just rant in a sense, I guess. But anyways, people, I feel like, are just going out of their way to look for stuff that bothers them that actually isn't even meant to be that way. Because from a game developer's perspective, you have to understand that I don't even really get the tax situation anymore, the tax and villager situation, all the black villager is represented as a thief, whatever. I don't even understand that really anymore. Because I read a couple more articles on it, and they're like, it's even more racist because the character moves fast too. Tack moves fast in the game. He takes your copy ability and he runs really fast away from you, and it's hard to catch him. That's why they did it. He also, I don't know if they noticed this, does damage when he runs into you. He does that in the game. Like, I don't understand why people want to find anything that they could tie together to just make it so it's racist. I bet you they haven't even played a Kirby game. I bet you they haven't. All right, maybe they. All right, I believe probably they might have played a Kirby game. I bet you they have not gotten to the point where they've seen attack in a Kirby game then, because if they've seen attack in a Kirby game, they know that that's what they do. They grab your power up, they run, and they're kind of hard to catch. Now, attack, I feel like if they really want to avoid this whole situation, another thing they possibly could have done. No, never mind. I was going to say they could switch the spirit. But Tack, I think, should just stay in the game. Really, the only thing they really can do to fix this controversy is just change the color of the villager. Although I don't really think that's going to do much. If they just put it on neutral villager, he's already a fighter in the game. Not that that's going to change anything, but I don't think that it would just look right having the neutral villager. And most of the other skins wouldn't work for it. Is it because they used a black guy? They should use the black girl? No. Maybe then people wouldn't have cared. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, if people just, I don't know. I guess they just didn't see the source material and they just don't know, or maybe they just still think it's racist regardless. I don't know. I just don't see it as racist personally. On the other hand, the Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong situation with the DJ and Mr. Sandman, I can sort of see it a bit better now where they're coming from. I didn't read more articles up on this one where I probably should have, but people were just complaining that there's two black characters represented by Kongs, but there's more black characters in the game that aren't represented by Kongs. So, we're not going to add that in or something. There's 2 situations where a black character has been represented by a Kong. 3 situations where a black character has been represented by something that you probably wouldn't want it to be represented by. But there's more black characters in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they're just digging into this. And also from a game developer's perspective point, also, if they were to switch this around and fix it somehow, or fix it, air quotes, all they could possibly do is switch out Mr. Sandman for Little Mac. And then they're going to have so many different Little Mac fights, and every box is going to be represented by Little Mac, that it's going to be annoying to a point. Like I said before, you're going to just be only fighting Little Macs, and it's going to get fucking annoying. And I think they shouldn't do that. I think it's perfectly fine the way it is currently. And I think there's, nothing wrong with it. They should leave the character choices that they have and, just say fuck you to everybody else. I think that they're doing a good job right now, because I don't think they've changed it yet. But they should definitely leave it exactly how it is right now. And I guess that's pretty much it for them. I guess, I don't know. I feel like their whole situation just is a hard one to deal with, but I feel like they didn't do it intentionally. Like, they just did it because the character moveset matched. And from a game developer's perspective, especially when you're at the final phases of the game, and the game's getting close to launch, because Adventure, I think, was one of the last things they worked on with spirits and stuff, and they're probably just like, all right, I'm putting the spirits on the board or whatever for the adventure mode. They're probably just like, all right, we need to put the spirits in, we need to find matches for them, here's the checklist, and find characters that don't match, and find and mess up with the game mode types or whatever to make it so that the character will work properly for it. And here's what you can do, here's the modifications that you can put on it, yada yada, here you go. And then somebody looked at it and they go, DJ, and then they searched him up and seen his moveset or whatever, and they're like, that looks awfully like, not Little Mac, Diddy Kong's moveset there or whatever. They're like, oh, I can use Diddy Kong for this, and they go, okay, let's put Diddy Kong in for this, and then they're just like, all right, what color would look best for him? And then they switch the color around, then they go, okay, and then they submit it or whatever, or they hand it in or put it in the game, whatever they do. And then for the Mr. Sandman situation, they did the same thing probably. They're just like, huh, who's known for their strong punch? And then they're like Little Mac, and then or whatever, and then they're like, no, but Little Mac's like, there's too many Little Macs in there or whatever. Who has another strong punch? And then they just go, Donkey Kong. Or maybe they just thought of Donkey Kong from the get-go because his fucking neutral B, he's been in since the first game, and his neutral B is a strong charged punch. And also another thing I forgot to mention also, he was featured as a final boss, I think, in one of the Punch-Outs, I think the one on the Wii, or something like that. So it makes sense for him to be there also, just because of that. So Mr. Sandman was a final boss, and so was Donkey Kong. So that's probably why they did it or whatever. So I think that's probably one of the reasons why also. So anyways, I don't know. I feel like people are just digging too deep into this and trying to find any reason why something's wrong and controversial nowadays when there's nothing wrong with anything. I bet you, if a video game came out and it was about like something, I don't know, like let's just say it was about like a war or something like that. This obviously wouldn't happen. And then they had Trump coming in to do the voice for for the president in that game or whatever. They wouldn't maybe not create him or whatever. They just have him do the voice for like the president or whatever, or somebody in like the White House. Everybody would just be like, "Wow, they put Trump in the game, and he's good this time. That's not portraying him properly. That's wrong. This is controversial. Take him out." You know what I mean? Like people are just so sensitive all of a sudden. And even if you were really truly sensitive though, you'd probably go harder to get this changed. All people are doing is saying, "Wow, that's fucking racist." And everybody's like, "Yeah, I agree. They should change this," and that's it. Not signing a petition. They're not doing anything else. I'm glad they're not signing a petition, but that's it. Nobody really cares, and I don't even think they care. I think they just wanted to find something to say it was offensive. They don't really care. And that's really all I got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like down below if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao. Just leave me for somebody else.